Imagine waking up to the screech of a golf cart masquerading as a police cruiser, orange lights flashing like a discount disco, pulling up to your quiet suburban home. That's how it started for me, in a neighborhood where the air smelled of fresh-cut lawns and simmering resentment. And there she was, Ms. Evelyn Hargrove, our HOA president, plump and perpetually pursed-lipped, watching from her porch like a vulture in pearls, ready to peck at anyone's peace. I'd moved back to help my aunt after her hip surgery, into her cozy split level on Elmwood Drive, a street that looked straight out of a real estate brochure but felt like a pressure cooker under Evelyn's iron-fisted rules. Rumors had swirled about me for months. The troublemaker nephew with a shady past, whispered at block parties and posted in the HOA's private Facebook group. I kept quiet, fixing up the yard, observing how Evelyn twisted every bylaw into a weapon. Community standards. She'd coo at meetings, her voice dripping false sweetness, while fining folks for bird feeders that clashed with aesthetic unity. It escalated one crisp fall morning when Evelyn's enforcement team, two hapless guys in ill-fitting uniforms, Bob and Lenny, rolled up demanding an inspection. "Ma'am, your nephew's truck is parked 2 inches over the curb line, violating Section 7.2, Bob announced through a staticky megaphone, clipboard shaking. My aunt peered out, coffee in hand. "Boys, that's the mailbox shadow. You measuring with a ruler from the dollar store." Evelyn waddled over from across the street, binoculars dangling. "It's about order, dear. We can't have visual chaos." I stayed silent, snapping photos discreetly, knowing her authority was as legit as her self-printed badge. The harassment ramped up daily. Notices piled up, excessive autumn leaves. They fell naturally. Unsanctioned garden gnomes. One tiny elf from Walmart. Evelyn spread lies at the next HOA meeting, claiming I'd intimidated her by waving hello too aggressively. "He's undermining our harmony," she declared, essential oils misting the air like a bad cover-up. Neighbors murmured, but I bided my time, digging into county records online. Turns out, our lot had opted out of the HOA years ago. Evelyn just ignored it, fearing a domino effect on her dwindling power. One evening, she crossed the line, staging a midnight compliance check. Flashlights bobbed in our backyard. I flipped on the floodlights from inside. There were Bob and Lenny, tripping over hoses, one yelping as he snagged on the fence. "Smile for the camera," I called softly, trail cams whirring. Evelyn's voice crackled from the shadows. "This is authorized. For safety." The footage went viral in the neighborhood chat, her goons scrambling like Keystone cops, her silhouette huffing in defeat. Laughter echoed in replies, but she doubled down, slapping a non-compliance sticker on our mailbox the next day. I peeled it off with a smirk, replacing it with a sign, "Private property. HOA dreams end here." Tensions boiled over when Evelyn declared an emergency seizure of our old riding mower, claiming it was abandoned equipment under her made-up unity clause. She arrived in her SUV, sash emblazoned HOA Commander, directing Bob to hook it up with a rusty chain. "Proceed. This eyesore threatens property values," she barked, face flushed and absurd. I stepped out, phone recording. "Evelyn, that's not yours to touch. County says we're exempt. Check the deed." She waved laminated nonsense. "Spiritual jurisdiction overrides." Bob hesitated, sweat beading. That's when the sheriff's cruiser pulled up, lights lazy and real. Sheriff Daniels sauntered over, flipping through her documents. "Ma'am, this is forgery and trespass. You're not a cop, you're a busybody with a printer." Evelyn sputtered. "But order, harmony." He cuffed her lightly for show, reading rights as neighbors gathered. "Phone's out." Bob muttered, "I'm quitting," and drove off. The HOA board, shamed by the spectacle, voted her out that night, dissolving her fake patrols amid cheers. Weeks later, the street breathed easy, no more petty fines, just barbecues and waves. Evelyn slunk away, fined for fraud. Her house sold to a young family who baked us cookies. I framed the opt-out deed in the garage. Quiet trophy. Power like hers crumbles under truth and patience. Not shouts. But tell me, was standing firm the right call? Or should I have played nice and let her steamroll everyone?